Hi, this is Steve from Spire Agile, and this is the Agile Gardener. In this video, I'm going to tell you the 10 things that anyone can start doing right now to become a great leader, if they're young, but more on that later. Your current leadership are the ones responsible for all the toxic work environments, for the lack of well-being, demotivation, stress, anxiety, and cultures of fear common in most workplaces. So aren't you fed up with this? Don't you want to change? So don't copy what they're doing. Leadership should inspire people to want to be like them. They need to trust and empower people to allow them to get things done. They need to support people in every way, to try new things without the fear of failure. And they need to lead by example and not say one thing but do the other. I bet your leadership don't do any of this, but if you're under 35, then great news. You can change all of this no matter who you are. Not for them, but for yourself and for society, so that when you're in a position to lead others, you won't make the same mistakes they have. Break the cycle of poor leadership and don't end up as one of the people causing you misery now. So how can you do this? Well, you need to retrain your mind to act as a servant leader, and because you're young, you'll be able to do this easily with a bit of practice and belief. Now, I'm not saying the older generation, like myself, are a total lost cause. We can and should still do this, but to effect real change, lasting change, organisational change, then it needs to start with the younger generation, and that's all of you. The great thing about servant leadership is you don't need to be a leader to start practicing it. Leadership is a choice you make rather than the place you sit. It's about your influence, not your position. So what is servant leadership? Well, have you ever heard of a poem called If by Rudyard Kipling? It's widely regarded as one of the greatest and most inspirational poems ever written. I loved it as a boy. I try to live my life by it. I don't always succeed, and more often than not I fail, but I keep trying, and I think that's the point. For me, this poem is a great way to live your life, but it works particularly well to explain servant leadership. So I'm going to use the poem to help explain the 10 traits that make great servant leaders, and these are the 10 things you need to practice and start doing. The poem is in 4 stanzas. I'll read each one and explain as we go. So the first stanza goes like this. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies. Or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. So this is saying stay strong and keep your composure. Maintain a level head, even when those around you don't and are being hostile and blaming things on you. The emphasis is on 2 qualities that everyone should have. Self-trust and the ability to understand the thoughts and feelings of others, even if that means understanding that people will not always like, agree or trust you, but to trust yourself. The poem is saying have patience, and if you're being lied about, don't lower yourself to tell lies. Even if you're hated, don't be hateful back. Don't appear to be better than you are, or talk in a manner that doesn't reflect who you really are, both morally and spiritually. And finally, never boast or seem too perfect and clever about all of your strengths. So, the first 3 things you need to start practicing are active listening, empathy, and stewardship. Active listening is how servant leaders communicate, by first listening. So we serve people better when we actively listen to them, giving them our full attention and respect. When we listen, we need to be present in the moment, and that means stopping what you're doing, have eye contact, don't interrupt, watch their body language, and don't think about your reply until you've listened first. It sounds simple, doesn't it? You listen all the time, right? But do you? Try it out. And really think about it while you're trying your new listening skills. What you'll discover is that as you listen, you're already thinking about what you're going to say next and waiting for the moment you can interrupt. So practice not doing that. There's a nice quote by Ernest Hemingway. When people talk, listen completely. Don't be thinking about what you're going to say. Most people never listen, nor do they observe. Empathy. So this extends listening by walking in the shoes of another person and trying to see the world from that person's point of view. A servant leader tries to fully understand others' thinking, needs and feelings. Now you may not agree with them, and that's okay, but understand where they're coming from. Stewardship. So this emphasises the use of openness and persuasion when leading people instead of using command and control. Now, stewardship's about caring more and controlling less. It's about being transparent and handing down knowledge, skills and wisdom, not hoarding these things for your own benefit. Now, if you'd like to hear the other 7 things you need to start practicing to become a great leader of the future, then click the video link on screen now, and please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, that's it for this one. Stay humble, and I will see you in the next one.